Welcome.
Welcome,
My name is Angus,
and my name is Malcolm.
and today we are going to be talking about Stranger Things, Season 1, Season 2, and theories about Season 3. The reason this has kind of come about is because for New Year's Eve and day, I figure, a post I saw it on Millie Bobby Brown's Instagram. It was a teaser for Season 3. So we're going to be talking about that. But first of all, we are going to talk about why we've been gone for more than an entire month.
Well, here's the thing. So we did a play called Treasure Island, and it went amazing. It went swimmingly. We were really stressed about it, so we needed to focus on that. And that happened somewhere late December, mid-December sort of thing. And we just really needed to focus on that. And then Christmas break rolled around, family and stuff, and just December gets really busy for us. And January might get pretty busy too. Yeah. But that's kind of why we've been gone, being focused on the production and focused on being with family and that kind of thing. But today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite shows, Stranger Things.
To all of you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Even though it's after both of those things.
After both of those, yeah.
So, I loved Stranger Things Season 1 and 2. They were both extremely entertaining, and I had never watched a show like it before it came out. And I'm sure you agree. So, right. You recently have been rewatching the series. So, what has that been like for you?
Okay, I love rewatching the series because I get to see like the character development and stuff, because I'm so used to like seeing how they ended up in season 2, and then I look at them and they're like, oh, they're so small, they're so young, because they're like, most of us are like our age, and I look at them and I'm like, no way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching the first two episodes, and I'm like, this show is just, it just teaches you about like what kids used to actually be like, and it's very accurate, and I love it very much.
I can appreciate that as well. It's been a while since I've watched Stranger Things, but I think once season 3 rolls around, I will rewatch the series so I can be completely refreshed. So
Stranger Things is a Netflix original TV series that debuted sometime start of last year.
No, even earlier.
Even earlier, about 2 years ago. And season 2 just came out about 9 months ago or something like that. And it's this show about this monster and this lab, and it's very interesting, and it's based in sometime in the 80s. And it's really interesting to see how kids act back then and how adults act and how just the atmosphere is in that time and how great it is.
Spoiler warning for all of Stranger Things. Season 1, Season 2, and maybe Season 3 if we get predictions right.
If you don't care about Stranger Things, keep listening. If you do care and you eventually want to watch it, don't keep listening.
If you care about it and have watched it, then you are in the right place.
You are in the right place.
So, I want to talk about Season 3 because I am very excited for Season 3.
Me too.
I have pulled up a page with some theories that I will link in the description. So, there are 10 theories for Stranger Things Season 3. So, the first theory is that Dr. Brenner is alive and will be back. So, this is obvious. It is obvious that Dr. Brenner is alive, and it is obvious that he will be back.
But if you know Dr. Brenner is the person who created L and is part of that sort of division that released the Demogorgon as well. And he's just a very bad guy, government official sort of thing.
It's obvious that he will be back, but I'm just wondering, in what capacity do you think he'll be back?
You mean like
what role will he be playing in season 3? How will he affect the characters?
I feel like Dr. Brenner was kind of a side character in season 1 and 2, so I feel like in season 3 it's gonna be like
he'll lean more into a main villain role.
Maybe that'd be cool.
I'd expect that much too. All right, so that's a pretty straightforward one. So the second theory is that other test subjects are going to appear.
Wasn't there already other test subjects?
There were,
in season
yes. 2? There was a bunch of misfits to her. So this theory is stating that even more test subjects will appear in season 3 specifically from the Hawkins lab. So I think that this would be an interesting theory, but I have to say that Stranger Things plot it's already pretty convoluted, and I think they've introduced already so many different people that have been affected in the same way as 11 that I don't think they need more test subjects. I think they can just leave it at that. There was a theory I heard right around the time that the second season was about to come out that the Demogorgon, not only were there more Demogorgons, but they were scientists that got trapped in the Upside Down and they were transformed into Demogorgons, and also that the hatched eggs that were briefly seen in season 1 mean that there are more Demogorgons and that they hatch out of eggs. So those are two different theories that I thought were true, and then David Harbour was like, nah, those aren't true.
Nope.
So he plays Officer Hopper in the show.
Yep.
So now
Chief Hopper.
Let's move on to theory number 3. Hopper's daughter was a test subject at Hawkins' lab.
I believe that one.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Because Hopper's daughter is briefly talked about in the first season, and then kind of really talked about in the second season. She's mentioned when they're going for the search party for Will, and she's just this character that you're curious about, and you don't really know a lot, and it just seems like it would fill in a lot of the gaps.
It would make sense to not only motivate Hopper to try to achieve his goals in season 1 and 2. So he is just a cop, and I can understand that he would have compassion for others, and especially for 11, specifically because she reminds him of his own daughter. But at the same time, if the reason his daughter died was because she was a test subject at the lab,
I feel like he would have more beef towards the lab, though, because he goes to the lab to like check the security cams and stuff. He's very involved with the laboratory, so wouldn't he be more angry at them?
He knows that it's not them, because in season 2, like you said, he does go to the lab, but I think he knows in some capacity that it is Brenner and not just the everybody at the lab.
I guess that kind of makes sense, but I mean, I like the theory. I like thinking of it, but I don't know how it really fit.
All right. So, number 4. This theory states that 11's mom's sanity could be stuck in the Upside Down. I think that... Just wait. Let me lay this out for you. So, 11 is... By the time season 3 rolls around, she is fluently passing in and out of the Upside Down. So, like, she's gained this skill, and she can just go in and out until eventually, as she's doing that, she finds her mother. And she's clearly not the same as in real life, but her mother is completely normal, but only in the Upside Down.
I thought in the Upside Down she's still kind of messed up.
No, but that was... I felt that was more of a vision and not necessarily the Upside Down, but because she was so close to her. But at the same time, like, what if... Because the Upside Down is our world, but darker.
Sure.
But not... I don't mean, like, brightness of the outdoors. I mean, like, darker as in more terrible. So, what if she finds out where her mother is, and her mother's the only person that looks normal and
I feel like that kind of makes sense, but we've never really seen any characters that, like, lose their consciousness to the Upside Down. Like, usually it's just the people being in the Upside Down. It's never really a thing, really. So that's what I'm worried about, because it seems like the Upside Down is a spiritual and emotional and also a physical place. Like, is
it a physical place?
If I feel like it's a place that you need to believe in certain things and have certain abilities to get to, but it is a physical space.
See, I would agree with that, except for the fact that Hopper and Will's mother both go into the Upside Down in their suits.
What do you mean?
They go through the little portal tunnel thing, and then they're in there and they find Will. So I used to think that it might not actually be a physical place, but it depends, because like the Upside Down itself. So there's the Upside Down, and it's all dirty and filthy and black.
Yes.
And then there's 11, when she is in her like astral plane. When
But that's not the Upside Down.
I know. So you were talking about her mom and how she was weird in the Upside Down, but that was when she was in the think tank. She was suspended
But do
in
you see
the
her in the Upside Down?
water bath.
You don't see her
No,
in the Upside Down.
you haven't yet.
No. Okay. So, but that's the
Never.
thing. The Upside Down is a physical place because scientists go in there to check, and they go in there with guns and stuff,
Yada yada.
with the intent to kill and that kind of thing. It's a portal to another reality. I feel like it's a portal to another reality that exists. Oh man, this is hard because I feel
It
like
is.
it is kind of a spiritual place because when they go through the portal, they're in the same spot, just like they're in the same spots on the earth, except it's just horrible, right?
Yeah.
Just looks bad. So I feel like at the same time it could be another dimension, but it also could be just a reflection of where they are, but no one else can see them, like they've reached a spiritual sort of sense, you know.
So
It's a gray area. It's a big gray area.
I am very curious to see what will happen in season 3 because I felt that the ending to season 2 was so satisfying in this big victory for the characters.
And it's a hard fought victory
Where-
too. They fought hard for that.
But in the end, they try to introduce these ideas to society steadily, and only charge them for the crimes that make sense before they go crazy and be like, oh, they're taking people out of dimensions, they're making people use their minds to move stuff, yada yada. And I felt that was very grounded, and it was a good way to end it, and also with the school dance and stuff like that. And the problem, I think, for the next seasons will be that season 1 was great. Season 2 was even better. And I don't know if they can continue keeping this up. I would hope so, because I love Stranger Things.
Me too.
I think it's a very entertaining show. I think it's very thought out, the characters are fantastic. The acting is great. But I don't know how long they can keep up a good show.
But here's the thing: it still seems like they have a lot of stuff planned.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Stranger Things, it seems like there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be explained, which is the most important part about making a show is that you can't keep doing the same thing over and over.
What was...
It's like Criminal Minds and stuff. I love Criminal Minds. I love watching Criminal Minds not in chronological order because Criminal Minds is just the same thing over and over with some side stories. This kind of thing is like...
Not to offend any people who love Criminal
No,
Minds.
Criminal Minds is something that I like to watch when it comes on. But here's the thing, is that Stranger Things is a show where you know the basics and then you start knowing specific things as you go along or as you rewatch it. It's not something that's like, here is a specific, well-thought, detailed thing. And that's what I love about it, is that there's still lots of gray areas and lots of space to develop.
You said a lot of things that you like. We both said a lot of things that we like about Stranger Things. What was the thing you most disliked about Stranger Things Season 2, specifically?
Season 2. I felt like Max was a snot.
In Season 2?
Yeah. I feel like at the beginning, even as it developed, I still felt like Max didn't like resonate with them, and I wish that it just was a better connection. It didn't feel like Max fit well with the kids.
And you're hoping that will change, obviously.
Oh
in
yeah,
Season
of
3.
course. I kind of like Max as a character. I really don't like their I don't like the confrontation between her and her brother because I think it's a little too complex. I feel like it's a little too much to add to the show. But
Her and her brother, sorry?
yeah, her and her brother.
Who do you mean? Oh, never mind. Yes.
That guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
I
don't know.
Well, I mean, I
It's
think
rough.
Max had a significant change by the end of the season, and I'm excited to see, hopefully, more. I want them to explore more of like what the school is like. So like as they're realizing that their friends are kind of they're experiencing this very odd, different kind of world and like different kind of life as a child, maybe they'll be like, aren't those kids like kind of weird? But
I don't know. I don't think they should go more into the school.
I think that the part I disliked about Season 2 the most was the Mind Flayer.
What?
I thought it was wasted. I
On
thought
what?
I thought that the villain of the show, having it as the Mind Flayer, I felt the real villains of the show, and this might sound weird, were the Demodogs.
The demi-dogs,
Because
yeah.
they were the constant threat, but the Mind Flayer, I never really thought, and
But that's
this
because
is a
the-
big problem with like superhero movies and things like that. I never thought that the Mind Flayer would have any chance of having any significant effect on the characters.
But that's the thing, Angus, is that the Mind Flayer itself never actually took people out of their, like, I'm saying I agree with you kind of. But what I'm trying to explain is that the Mind Flayer never really took anyone out specifically. It was like
except for Will.
except for Will, but it was like a general, oh my gosh, we need to save our friend. The Demogorgon took people one by one and was like, okay, I got Will. Okay, I got Barb now. Okay, now you guys are coming into where I'm at. It was just felt like more of an immediate danger. With the Mind Flayer, it's like, what I thought as I was watching this season was that literally if you just forgot about it, it would probably go away. If you forgot about Will and just like let him do his thing, probably the Mind Flayer wouldn't be a threat anymore. And that's why I really didn't like it as well. I don't know if wasted is the right word though. It was kind of wasted, but it was wasted because of the writing. It wasn't wasted because it could have had a better opportunity.
I'm wondering with you, what would you say was your favorite part of season 2?
Favorite part of season 2 was Steve.
Steve?
I love Steve.
Oh my
in
gosh.
season 2. I hate Steve in season 1.
Absolutely. In season 1, what a... But in season 2, it's like this huge shift. I think the thing that really caused that, it was just like Nancy won't be a thing with him, and he needs to understand the kind of person he is and who he wants to be, and then he changes completely, like a huge shift. I think my favorite part about season 2, and this is very, very broad, was just all of the characters. I thought they were, because what happens with acting, like, look at Arrow, for example. In the beginning, it's not very good because the actor for Green Arrow, he didn't really, and his name isn't coming to me right now, but
Oliver
Queen.
Not Green.
That's the name of, that's his
Or you think of the name of the actor?
yeah, the name of the actor.
Oh, sorry.
So he didn't really understand the character, but as he moves along, like around season 3, things got so much better, and it just started to turn into a really good show. And that's how shows work, I figure, because in season 1, it was good. It was really good, and
But it was just an
child acting was
introduction.
great. And then in season 2, you can see the characters are understanding more who they are and the kind of character they want to play.
And more the actors are understanding their characters.
Absolutely. Even the side characters. In season 2, the side characters were so interesting.
Was there Tommy and Carol in season 2 or no? Tommy and Carol are Steve's friends.
No, not really.
Okay, dang. Because I kind of like their animosity with the other characters, how they're like the horrible real high school students, and then there's the ones that fight monsters and stuff. Any other theories left or no?
Yeah. So, next one, theory number 8, and this isn't in full order. Some theories we're not doing. But the Upside Down is a living being.
I hate that theory.
Why do you hate that theory?
I think it's stupid.
You think it's stupid? I think
It's a living being that just sounds like Transformers that we watched as a kid. You know the Living Planet?
Yeah.
In Transformers?
Yeah.
Or Ego? It just doesn't... It doesn't... I feel like maybe living thing, but not living being, like a person.
I know what you mean. I would
Have you
think
watched, what is it? A Wrinkle in Time?
yeah,
The movie?
the old one.
Oh, the old one. Have you read the book?
Yes.
You know how there's the mind thing?
The brain?
Yeah, and how the main character goes into the brain?
Absolutely.
Okay, so in the movie and stuff, it's like, yeah, it's like a living being and stuff, but if the Upside Down was a living being, why would it house all these monsters and stuff? Does the Mind Flayer live in the Upside Down or no?
It's part of the Upside Down.
It is?
Yes.
So then how big is this being?
Okay. Let me explain. I do not think the Upside Down is a living being. That doesn't seem to make sense. But I figure the Upside Down as a place, in comparison with our world, the Upside Down would be as alive as a plant, but still alive.
I guess so. I mean, awkward silence, but like I'm just thinking, maybe as alive as a plant. I can't say it's not alive because it really seems like it. But the way they're making it, there's so much growth and stuff in there, and there's like flakes falling through the sky. It really does seem like it's just kind of alive, huh?
So, all right, that I figure that makes sense. All right, now let's look at theory number 9. Every time 11 uses her powers, her health gets a little worse.
I want to say yeah.
Me too, but
Except
at the same
she
time,
recovers. She did a lot of stuff in season 1, a lot, and maybe a long time passed, but either way, she doesn't seem any worse in season 2. When season 2 opens, you're like, she looks so much better than she did before.
I have to say, it would be interesting.
Doesn't really make any sense,
but
though.
She's still only barely a teenager.
I feel like health lower is really broad because it does make her weaker for the time being. Like, after the finale of season 2, like, completely destroying the Mind Flayer, it's just, she's passes out, she's done. She shouldn't be doing anything for weeks. She should just be laying in bed, right? So I feel there's definitely, like, delay. There's definitely a time where she needs to recover, but I do not think that they're, like, in the long run. I don't think it affects anything in the long run.
So, now, the final theory for this page, Bob, as in Awesome Bob from season 2.
Oh, I like Awesome Bob.
He is from Derry, Maine, and he met Pennywise. Pretty obviously, I would say true.
From Derry, Maine? Is that the town?
Remember when he told the story about the clown? In the car?
I feel like that's just an ode. As cool as that theory is, it just seems like it's an ode because it's a lot like it.
I agree with you. I figure as well it is like an ode, and I think I would like to believe, and I will accept that this is 100% true, but they don't need to act on it in the show or say anything else about it.
Bob is dead. It's fine. Spoilers.
Why did he have to die?
He just had.
He's like the most. Oh,
it's great, and also he was freaking Samwise Gamgee. It's great.
All right, now we are on another page called Mental Floss, and we are going to be looking at a couple more theories.
Make sure you keep these links.
I will.
Put them in the description.
I will.
If you want to read these for yourself and you want to understand the theories and a different concept than the way we're thinking about it, please check the links down in the description. Educate yourself.
We are not, like, educated filmmakers. We just like talking about movies, and we are only really looking at the titles of these theories and wondering what we think of them at baseline, like base value. Face value, that's what I meant. So don't try to think that we are crazy cool people. We're
just our opinions.
It's just our opinions. So, first theory, pretty obvious. There will be another time jump. So do you think season 3 will start right at the end of season 2?
Heck no.
Big
Another time jump.
How big?
2 years.
2 years?
1 year. 1 year. It's either 1.5
I was going to say
years.
like a couple months.
I don't know. I feel like that's too abrupt.
Okay.
It just seems like it because like it's just a big thing to recover. They got Will back. Wait, did Will throw up the slug at the very end of season 3 or season 1 or season 2?
Season 1.
So then Will is okay now. Or
Will
wait, wasn't there a thing at the end of season 2 as well that Will was not okay?
No, Will is just fine. Although, while you talk, I will go on Netflix and look at the end of season 2.
Please do, because I swear that Will, there's still something wrong with him.
Alright, so I checked it, and Will, as a person, he's completely fine, but at the end...
There's no reference to it, at least. Like, there's no, like, oh, hey, Will's not okay anymore. It's like, Will is doing okay.
I think the Stranger Things series has bullied Will Byers enough.
Yeah, I feel like if
in the next season they make it a struggle with Will again, I think that'll be wasted.
I'll cry. I'll just be like, why, Duffer Brothers? You're smarter than this. Why do you have to bully Will all the time? I feel like a lot of movies and stuff do that with certain characters where they're like, let's just make this guy just be in a whole shaboozle the entire time. So you find more theories yet, or no? No good ones?
Not really.
Not
Kind of
really.
just scrolling through. Yeah, I have to say, in the end, I really like Stranger Things. I don't want much to change about how great it is, and overall, I just love the show. Do you have any other things you want to say about it? How excited are you for season 3?
I'm immensely excited for season 3. I mean, I don't know. I like Black Mirror as well, but Stranger Things really adds this new dynamic with all these different techniques that they use and all the different, like, the soundtrack and the set and everything. It just seems so unique, something that you've never seen before.
I am a strong believer in that Netflix makes good content. Like
False. Netflix does not make it.
Okay,
Netflix.
just wait.
Netflix makes good TV shows and one good movie. That's it.
Let me explain. So I will just mention a few examples of good content that Netflix makes. First of all, Stranger Things season 1 and 2, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Defenders, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones, The Punisher, Ozark, Bird Box, Black Mirror, Bandersnatch.
Okay,
That's all I can think of.
There are only 2 good. Okay, Netflix is just starting to get good at movies. Netflix has been good at shows for a while because shows are easier, but movies just for Netflix currently are really difficult. And they just came out with Bird Box and Bandersnatch, which are both really good movies, and I recommend them. And if you don't have a show to watch, please go watch Stranger Things. If you haven't watched, please go watch Black Mirror.
If you like Stranger Things, you will probably like Black Mirror.
You probably will. And if you're looking for a movie to watch, go watch Bird Box. Bird Box is an amazing movie that just came out not too long ago, and it's really well made. Sandra Bullock does an amazing job of playing her character. And then there's also Bandersnatch that just came out with a new film dynamic, and I won't tell you what it is. Please go check those both out.
It's an interactive film.
Why'd you say that? Okay.
It's the point of the movie. So it's even in the description of the movie. So the movie itself, you can pick the choices of the character.
It's really interesting, really new. We both loved it. Either way, go check out those movies. If you haven't checked out Stranger Things, or maybe you just watched season 1 and not season 2, go watch season 2. It's an amazing show.
All right.
Really
so
sorry for the space,
Yeah.
the little gap.
This was a pretty loosey-goosey general Stranger Things podcast, but I want to use it for something a little bit useful. So what do you expect? Like, what do you think the future of this podcast looks like?
I think it looks like a lot more cool theories, maybe some guest stars possibly.
Guest stars means our friends will join.
Yeah, exactly. Some good content, maybe more things besides just a podcast on this channel.
That's what I hope. All right. Anything else to say?
I said go watch it enough. Really sorry for the space. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please share this video. Leave a like. Subscribe if you want to hear more of this.
We will be posting podcasts more often than in the past month.
If you want to hear about a specific thing and you have a serious topic or something you're very interested in and you want us to check it out, please leave it in the comments. We'll check out your ideas and your theories, and hopefully we might make a video on those comments. So leave your comments, leave a like, subscribe, and that's all I have to say.
Any other YouTuber things you want to say? Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Stop T-Series. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Okay, I really hope they don't pass PewDiePie.
Okay. This
Sorry.
turned very sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. Bye.